In a previous video, I presented a drilling prospect that I was participating in, and several people said they would like to see how the results came out. So I'd like to go over the preliminary results of the prospect well. So let's recap. The name of the prospect is the Lily Young number 1. It's in southwest Louisiana, about 3 hours east of Houston. It's in the Welsh field, right here in red, with the blue existing well blue. All right, so we spudded the well on October 19th, and we reached total depth in October 31st and logged it on October 31st. So we have the preliminary log here. This is the 5-inch log right here on the side. So the 6 target intervals are colored in and labeled. And so the green is colored where I think we have oil, and the blue is where the sands are wet or full of water. All right, so the topmost one was the Marge H1, but it was thin and it came in very thin, so that's just a few feet of possible oil. The Marge 2 was our best target. We felt good about it, but it came in with 9 feet of oil, but the problem is that there's a black shale break right in the middle of the sand, which makes the sand not as thick as we were hoping. All right, so the other targets are wet. The deep cam 4, it's wet, but it looks like maybe there's a little transition or residual oil there, but not too much. All right, so let's look at the geology a little bit. Here's the subject well, the drill well, with the green and blue mark there. Here's the down dip well that we were drilling up dip of, and it shows where they had oil pay. All right, so for instance, this oil pay we should have had oil up here because up dip of this green, but it's been drained, and we believe it's been drained across the fault by these wells. So these zones did not work. The faults didn't seal, but in the H2, it looks like the fault sealed and trapped a little oil. Only problem is that the sand came in very thin, and so the productivity of that reservoir is not as certain. All right, so the preliminary estimate of reserves for the H2 reservoir are 95,000 to 147,000 barrels of oil. That's on the low end of the pre-drill estimate, so we're a little disappointed, especially about the thickness. All right, the operator has decided to complete the well, and he's given us an estimate, AFE estimate of 674,000. So, as one of the investors, I have elected to pay my proportional share of this. So, once we get the well on production and see how it's going to produce, I will do some detailed mapping and reserve calculations and economics, and I'll show you that in the next video. Thanks.